going to edit that part out. Hey, everybody, welcome to another episode of Three Guys Walk into Culinary School, podcast where me, Tim, and Brian discuss our favorite food trends and topics. And we get to share our stories of culinary school with you guys. Guys, we just, came back from Thanksgiving. We took a week off. We had the turkey hangover. Welcome back, first of all.
Thank you.
I hope you guys enjoyed your Thanksgiving overall. What do you guys think? Good day, right? Great day?
Yeah.
Well, that's it. Just a yeah.
Yeah. You know what? I didn't since it wasn't at our house, I had no leftovers, and the leftovers are the best part.
Oh yeah, we'll get into it. I took very little leftovers, but it was a very specific item I had to bring home. But Tim, I'm going to share this with everyone, and I'm going to put this on Instagram if you don't mind. You shared a great photo of your Thanksgiving morning tradition of those, homemade cinnamon rolls with a beautiful freaking amount of frosting on there. It was like just cascaded and just looked delicious. The photo looked professional, and of course, two champagne flutes with apple cider champagne, right? And then two little mason jugs for the kids. Mason jars, excuse me, with apple cider, which was adorable. Real cool. We did that in our house. So I stole your apple cider champagne mimosa idea.
What'd you think?
Everyone loved it. Everyone loved it. Like literally October 1st until March 1st, this should be like the brunch cocktail. I don't understand why it isn't.
It's delicious.
Yeah, you literally introduced it to me. I've never heard it before. It's so good. Brian, I don't know if you had a chance to try it this weekend or this holiday.
I didn't get a chance to try it. No,
do it, man. Do it. It's so good, man. It's so good. It's so tasty. My gosh, man. So yeah, Thanksgiving was a blur. It was quick. We rented a house. We semi-hosted kind of. My sister was kind of the main host. I was kind of her sous chef. Catered food, nothing crazy. I don't know. Do you guys have anything new, anything good that you guys really enjoyed?
Not really.
How was the catered meal?
A catered meal, it wasn't Thanksgiving-y, it kind of killed the vibe for me, a little bit. Like it's just not the hustle and bustle of busting your butt for like 48 hours trying to get things cooked and prepped and then get cooked the day of. Food was okay.
I have a question.
Yeah.
And this might sound odd, but did your catered meal show up hot?
No, see, that's the thing. I thought, okay.
Because we had this, all right, so I had the same, same issue at
okay. Real quick, my sister planned this out, right? She did all, I'm going to vent now. This is going to be more therapy than anything. My sister's like, I'm going to order all this food. She gave me a rundown of the menu. I said, no problem. I'm going to make this, and bring this. Okay, no problem. I'm thinking the food's coming the day of warm. It's on in trays and we just like keep it in the oven, keep it warm, serve it, you're good to go. My sister's like, oh, the day before, I'm picking up the food before we go to the house rental. And I go, picking it up? What do you mean? She goes, yeah, I'm picking it up and we're going to have to warm it up tomorrow. It was basically like 80% of the work, it felt like, just to warm things up that were pre-cooked. And it just like wasn't as enjoyable. I don't know. I feel like if I'm not making it, I'm not going to sit there reheating shit. I'm not going to lie. The turkey was okay. It was good. I think the best thing we had wasn't even what my sister brought. I had brought a honey baked ham, and Honey Baked Ham Company. God bless your soul. You make the most delicious hams in the world. Tim Delaney will not be a customer because he gets headaches.
That's right.
But I will forever be a customer because their thing is, and this sounds gross, when you're ready to eat the ham, take it out of the fridge half an hour early. You don't have to put it in the oven for 2 hours to get it heated up to 160 or whatever it is. It's just ready to go. And I've been eating that ham for a week. I'm pretty sure it's gone bad, but they say just take it out half an hour before and you're good to go. And it's delicious. It's so good. It's juicy. It's not dry. You've had it, Brian.
Yeah. We have it all the time. I don't know if my brother bought one for Thanksgiving. I don't know if it was honey baked, but it was pretty good. If it wasn't. Yeah.
I'm sure it was because it's so freaking good. It's such a great concept, and I'm just like I'm used to like all these hams in the supermarket that are pre-cooked, but you still have to bring them up to temperature. This one you don't. I don't know what magic they have at Honey Baked Ham Company, but whatever it is, keep doing it. If you can do it to other things, like I don't know, meatloaf or something, I'm down. I'm not a big meatloaf fan, but so that was my catering experience. There were good and bads. The good was the Honey Baked Ham Company. God bless you guys. And the bad was I thought it'd be more prepared. It was a lot more work than I thought. Tim, you had a similar catering experience, or?
Yeah, I kind of thought everything was going to be warm as well, and
Yeah.
I don't. I know it's still more work, but if you're putting that much time into heating things up, I would have rather just cooked it.
Same, absolutely. Because I don't know what I'm heating up. I don't know.
But I was also smart, and I just kind of sat in the living room and let everyone else figure it out.
That's good. That's good. Yeah, I helped my sister. I was a sucker. I will always be a sucker for my sister. But it was more work than I wanted it to be. But again, family time. That's the important thing. Made some new friends. Spent some time with my sister's boyfriend's family. Great people. Good time.
Nice.
So that was a good time. It was a very good time. Man. Yeah, well, so big news.
Yeah. Our Thanksgiving was really good, actually. It was kind of busy, a lot of traveling back and forth. I gotta give a shout out to my niece Zoe. She made some delicious chocolate chip cookies that were like, I don't know what she did special to them. She said they were just Ghirardelli from the box, but they tasted like
it's the love.
The best gourmet cookies. Yeah, she's 13, so
nice.
She really did well.
Awesome.
My dish was actually probably the hit of the meal, I think. I did some Brussels sprouts. I was roasted them really good, like nice and charred. And I did some fried shallots, and I made a vinaigrette out of the shallot oil with some grana padano and kind of tossed everything in it together with the crispy shallots on top. And everybody loved it. My dad told me best Brussels sprouts he's ever had. So
wow, that's huge praise. That's good, man. That's great, dude. Yeah, that sounds amazing, man. That's good. You actually cooked something from scratch and everything. Like I was doing some box stuff here and there, and then the ham, but you did something from scratch. That's great. I like the vinaigrette. That sounds like a great idea. Using the shallot oil.
Yeah, it was great. It was really, really delicious.
That sounds real good, man.
And we had a lot to be thankful for. Actually, we shared the news with our families that we're expecting. So.
Oh, here it is. Big news. You heard it here first, everybody. Well, not here first. Well, most of you heard it here first. Brian and his wife are expecting. Congratulations, guys. That's awesome. How'd the family take it? I'm sure were.
It was crazy. Everyone was super excited. No one expected it, so it was a really nice surprise.
That's beautiful, man. That's great. Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah, it's so as rewarding it as it is to be having a pregnant wife and going through that and like. It's so nice to see the family just erupt in emotion, and I'm sure you got all the love and all the hugs and all the back pats from the family and everything. So that's awesome, man. Congratulations to you guys again.
Thank you.
We couldn't be happier.
Yeah, man.
Newest addition to the podcast.
Thank you, guys.
We'll have to start sharing puree food recipes in about a year or so. When you start going into solids,
it's funny. It makes you think about all these things like that I got coming up in the future, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're sitting at Thanksgiving dinner, and I've got a 8-year-old nephew who's still a very picky eater, right? He wouldn't touch the mac and cheese, but he likes plain macaroni noodles with salt and plain turkey. That's all he would eat.
That's
so
funny.
I'm just like, is that what I've got? Get myself into, or how do I get my kid into food, right? Because I'm a foodie. I love to cook and I love to eat. You guys have little ones of your own. Wondering what your experiences are with introducing your kids to different types of food, like you guys like to eat.
Yeah, Tim, I'm going to let you lead that because your kids are older than mine. I have a 2-year-old, and I'll get into that. But you have definitely more experience in this, and
so
please.
Yeah, I mean, us. I think you got to just put things in front of them.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as they're able to start eating those things, because what happens, or at least what I've noticed happens, is you put these things in front of them, and they're into some of them, but then as they get older, they become more aware of what things are and what they look like or smell like, or the texture of something, and that's when they start to become more picky.
So you're saying if they're not exposed to it sooner, if they have to be once a month, let's say, or once every couple of months, then they're gonna be like, oh wait, this smells a little funkier than I remember it, or it looks a little funkier. I see what you're saying. So give it to them more often. Yeah, absolutely.
Don't be shy.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, that's I think my biggest fault. I'm a overthinker, Brian, and I will tell you that I am more worried about food allergies and stuff like that. So there's certain things I haven't given my son yet. Maybe a handful of things, not even. And he's 2.
Does he have any allergies yet?
Thank God, no. No allergies. But I still haven't given him shellfish. He's had whitefish. He's had not consistently, but he's had whitefish a handful of times. I don't think I've given him salmon even yet, but
and I would say like the rule that we try to stick to in our house is like we make a meal, and that's the meal. Because the minute you get into like, oh, you don't want this, let me make you the mac and cheese in the box or whatever. It's over.
My 2-year-old, he's not a picky eater because he eats like random things. He'll eat different things. He'll try almost everything. But he doesn't like mac and cheese. Like we've tried, the Annie's organic. We've tried homemade. We've tried Kraft, and he doesn't like any of it. Which I'm like,
does he like pasta?
I'm like, you're a 2-year-old. You should like that. Sometimes he does. And like he's really into rice now. And like we did Greek rice a couple of weeks ago. He was inhaling it for a couple of days. And then that was from the store, of course. And then I bought, I made, last weekend. And, the first day he was just like, no, his favorite word, no, and pushes it off. Like, I don't want it. But the next day I gave it to him again and he ate most of it. He ate like half of it. So you got to be consistent with it. You just got to, don't give up. And Tim's freaking, what he said is my freaking nightmare. Having to make like 3 meals because my wife is, I tease her all the time. She's a bit of a picky eater. And I'm just hoping my son, will all be about eating like, just things that I don't think is weird, like eggplant and mushrooms and like shrimp, like delicious stuff like that. I want him to get into that, which is things my wife doesn't really like. So
you'll have the experience. You'll go to a restaurant one day, your kid will order insist on ordering the mac and cheese off the kids menu at a restaurant. It'll literally be Kraft macaroni and cheese in a box that they're going to charge you like $12.99 for. And they're going to tell you it's the best mac and cheese they've ever had.
Yeah.
And you'll never live it down.
Yeah. And you can go home and make the same Kraft mac and cheese.
And they'll tell you
it'll just be like, this is crap.
And they'll like,
wonderful. Man. Yeah, you got
to. Those are the things you get to look forward to.
Kids are the hardest food critics, huh? It seems like. It seems like that's what you're letting us know. They're the most honest too, it seems like. No filter.
Yeah.
But that's awesome.
Time,
Yeah, you got some time, man.
There's like that great meme that I always see that I love. It's like I love traveling so my kids can try the chicken fingers in 32 different countries.
That's so great. That's so great, man.
They're ketchup connoisseurs, right?
Exactly.
That's so funny. Yeah,
and it better be Heinz.
Oh yeah, better be Heinz. We've been over this. Heinz is the only answer. None of this Hunts crap here. No offense to the Hunts people. If they want to sponsor us, feel free. We'll quickly become Hunts people.
Oh,
even Tim.
It's the best.
Oh my god! All right, no, that's great, man. So again, congratulations, Brian. We're so happy for you guys.
Absolutely. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, man, that baby is gonna be blessed. You guys are blessed. Baby's gonna be blessed. God bless you guys, and we're so happy for you. Not to sway too far from Thanksgiving, or not to, I guess, continue it because we're into the holiday season heavy. We're past Thanksgiving, but something came across my timeline that I wanted to share as a food court. I'm here. We're back. Court's in session. 3 judges are here. I shared it with you guys on Instagram. White Castle, the fine people at White Castle put out like a recipe of what did they make? They made a stuffing for Thanksgiving with like a crave case of burgers. Oh, there you go, Brian. We lost you for a sec.
Oh, there we go. Okay, I'm back. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. You're back. Awesome, man. So I was saying about the White Castle video I sent you guys, where they're making stuffing for Thanksgiving using like a crave case of burgers. Tim, you said you've seen that before. I'm bringing it to
before. Yeah, that was popular a couple of years ago.
Really? No, I've never seen it.
Yeah.
I think my algorithm is more flooded with like fast food now, so like I'm getting all that good stuff. But like, I don't know. I'm putting it out there. I'm pressing charges. These guys, they're indicted. Guilty or not guilty? Would you guys try it? I guess I'd say. I guess that's the final verdict. If you guilty or not guilty, would you eat it?
So I would definitely try it because if you took a White Castle hamburger and put it on a plate and put it in front of somebody, they'd probably be like, I don't know about that. But then when you eat it, there's something about it that is just so gosh darn delicious.
Yeah. I'm with you.
Considering that one of the main ingredients is the slider itself, I would be willing to try it.
Okay, so
you're forgetting about. There's another really key ingredient to the slider. It's the cardboard box.
yeah,
Like,
That's true.
without the cardboard box, like what?
yeah, that's true, man.
What
You got to
is
take
it?
it
You
out.
know?
The bun's still soft and steamed, and the box
Yeah,
itself. I
yeah. You
get
get
that.
the
Yeah,
little teeny onion bits that are like
yeah.
stuck in the bottom of the box. You get a little snack before you bite
Oh,
into the burger. Yeah,
Oh, those little onions are good, man.
so good.
Yeah, you know what? White Castle burgers are an amazing thing. Tim, you touched on it. That first one is like ecstasy, not the drug, the feeling of ecstasy. You're on top. You're like you're on top of the world. Then the second one's like 90% is good. Then the third one's like 75% is good. Then you get to 5 and you're like, what the hell have I been doing for the last 10 minutes? Like, why am I doing this to myself? And you kind of hate yourself. Or at least I do. I get a lot of food shame after I eat certain things. Some of my favorite things, White Castle burgers, and oddly enough, not to change subject, like Chinese food chicken wings. I love those things. They're just like floured and fried. Some of my favorite chicken wings, but it's just like I feel so like guilty, like I did something I shouldn't have done. Not just for my health, like morally. It's kind of weird after eating 3 or 4 of those bad boys. So I'm going to go with, sorry, my verdict is they are guilty as charged. That shouldn't be there. I would have to make it myself for me to even try that because it just sounds kind of gross. So
yeah.
I don't know. Brian, guilty, not guilty?
I'm with you, man. Guilty. I wouldn't touch it with a 10-foot pole.
Wow, thank you. Wow, that's sorry,
Yeah,
Tim. Tim, I mean, we don't even have to ask you.
I'm going not guilty.
You're going not
I
guilty,
can't.
man.
I couldn't give it a guilty verdict without trying it.
Although now I kind of want to try like a
It
slider
intrigues me.
dipped in like a little jus, maybe. Maybe that little steam bun can absorb some juice. Maybe that would be tasty. I don't know. Can you get a double cheeseburger at a White Castle?
I believe you can.
What do they do? Just put like another centimeter of meat on top of the original patty? Is that what they do? Anyway, so yes, guilty White Castle stuffing. Get off my Thanksgiving Day table. Since we're talking fast food, I guess we should share some news that's been in at least my socials. Again, my algorithm has been tainted by America's fast food culture, and I kind of love it. Delta and Shake Shack, guys, is they're collaborating. They're now bringing Shake Shack burgers to Delta flights. I read from, I think Delta.com announced it as of December 1st. It's available. Already strike one, and this probably could have been a food court too. Available out of flights out of Boston. That's strike one, first of all. Shake Shack is a New York establishment. That should have been out of flights out of LaGuardia and JFK right off the bat. So out of Boston, get that noise out of here. As a New Yorker, that's fucking whack. So that's strike one. Strike two, only available to first class customers.
Ooh.
Yeah.
What kind of elitist bullshit is this?
Yeah, you gotta pay that big money. You gotta
pay the big money, bro. They don't even let you. You gotta pay for your bags, and you gotta have to pay $800 for a ticket to halfway across the country. Get a burger. That's terrible.
Yeah, a Shake Shack meal is already. If I go to Shake Shack, it's gonna run me what $28 $28 or something crazy.
Yeah, easy.
Absolutely.
For my home lunch, like, come on, Shake Shack, what are we doing?
I'll be honest. It's okay. I think it's blown out of proportion. I think
Shake Shack in general, or this collaboration.
Shake Shack in general.
Like, Shake Shack, I think when it first started was like a novel idea right out of Madison Square Park, a little shack, selling burgers. Obviously the idea was to blow it up. It's all over the world now. It's, more of a brand than it is like good food, I guess. It's still tasty to me. I think it's because I'm from New York that I prefer it over like In-N-Out. My wife, who grew up in Arizona and had In-N-Out growing up, thinks In-N-Out's better as a burger. I haven't had In-N-Out enough to really compare, but I still think Shake Shack's a burger for me. But again, I think it's a New York bias for me. So I can definitely see that, once you get to a certain price point, nothing, there's no fast food burger that's worth $22-23 for a combo.
That's the thing. Like
their fries are pretty whack, to be honest. Like, I don't like crinkle fries.
If I'm getting in that like $25-$30 range, I'd rather just go to. There's probably so many great bars in New York City that have just absolutely as good, if not a better burger.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. If you're getting to that point, you're looking for a waiter and service and maybe a bar, like you said, have a drink with it. Yeah, it's a shame But the Delta Shake Shack thing is a little too elitist for me. As if New York isn't elitist enough sometimes, New York City. We have to worry about this now.
And I'd have to assume you're losing some quality as that thing's getting on the plane.
Yeah, so you have to like pre-order it. I read you have a week to pre-order it, and you have 7 days to the day before your flight to pre-order it and get it ready. I'm not sure if they prepare on the plane. Brian, this is more your expertise. Can you prepare a burger? From your experience, can you maintain integrity of a burger from wherever it's made? I'm not sure where that food's made. I'm sure it's made off the plane, obviously.
I'm assuming there's probably a Shake Shack in the terminal already.
You think they're just waiting online and ordering your thing and bringing you a greasy bag?
I don't know.
I would appreciate that more.
I don't know who's making it for them.
Yeah.
You can maintain pretty decent quality with that kind of stuff. It's going to be probably pretty greasy. The burger's already made. It goes into the oven with the bun and everything. So you kind of cook it for a second time, and it leaches all the grease out into the bun.
Yeah.
So you kind of have to deal with that. But I don't know if any of our listeners are in Boston or fly Delta first class. Let us know how. Try it and let us know.
Yeah.
I'd be pretty psyched if we had a first class listener.
Honestly, I mean, I personally think all our listeners are first class, but if any of you bougie asses out there fly Delta first class and have had this burger, please let us know. We need to know how it is. I'm going to check the algorithm. I'm sure someone's rated it, and it probably has 1 million likes on TikTok. So we'll find out. I'm very curious to see how it holds up. In other news, McDonald's brought back the McRib, one of cult classic, big following.
Absolutely.
I'm going to try one. I'm going to keep this one short. I just brought it up because Tim sent me a video of a man drinking a gallon of barbecue sauce that McDonald's is selling in their stores with a straw. He had a McDonald's gallon of McRib barbecue sauce. I think that's crazy talk, but you know what? Anything for marketing, and McDonald's.
Hey guys, you up for a challenge?
Yo.
That's awesome.
How did you do this?
Headed your way. You up for a challenge?
Oh my god!
I don't have the straws, but
no. Can we get one of those like helmets where they have the 2 straws? Brian, that is amazing. Up for the challenge. Yeah. Are you kidding me? That sounds great.
Yeah, it's yours. I'm sending them to you.
Are you serious? That's amazing.
Man. That's amazing.
I've got my own Arches fairy that lives with me. So
look at that. That's amazing. I've only seen that video. That's so cool. Yeah. You're so funny, dude. Oh my god, that is so funny. That's great. I'm speechless.
Yeah, I don't know I don't know what to say.
I'm emotionally moved that you even considered to get us a gallon of barbecue sauce from McDonald's.
Yeah.
My God.
I think that might be the nicest thing anybody's ever done for me.
Seriously, that's amazing. I'm going to just get a McRib and douse it in extra sauce for the show and for Brian and for the Arches Fairy that you live with. That's awesome. That's so awesome. Well, Brian, I'm going to end this segment right there. That was fantastic. So speaking of gifts, I think that's a perfect transition, Brian. Holiday season's upon us. I think, now all the sales are online in stores. I think it's a good time to kind of discuss our favorite kitchen gadgets, get into like what we like, what we use every day, what might be more expensive, what might be cheaper, but anything from stocking stuffers to whole legitimate gifts. If you guys want to start it off, feel free, but I think, now's the time to do it. Sales are on, people are buying gifts. Get your foodie something that you like, that we like, that they would like. Tim, you want to start off? You have anything that you need in the kitchen that you think everyone should have?
No, you know what? I'm going to start with the stocking. I like getting little culinary treats in my stocking.
Same.
Like random spices.
Mm-hmm.
Different things to cook with that maybe I normally wouldn't pick up at the store.
Mm-hmm.
I always find that to be fun.
That's awesome. I never thought about that. My wife got me like a little spice set last year, and I've used 2 out of the 8 flavors, I guess I should say, over the summer barbecuing. But that's a great gift, like you said, especially something that you wouldn't normally buy because it's just like, I don't want to buy this like random
a nicer
shawarma seasoning.
Like a nicer higher end vanilla or cinnamon,
nice
something like that.
That's cute. Yeah.
I like that kind of stuff.
That's a great idea. I love that. Brian, anything you've gotten lately in the stocking stuffer?
I'm all about the tools. So, if you can get like a nice peeler, a good peeler's a couple bucks, $7, something like that. It fits in a stocking. I always think that everybody needs a good knife, right? Like we were talking about Thanksgiving. I was cooking at my parents' house, and they have the shittiest knives. So, it's like you just need one.
You just need one.
You don't
Absolutely.
need a whole set. You just need one good knife.
I think that's the thing people don't realize. Like people want to buy these big sets of knives with the wood block, and you need one good knife that you keep sharp, and you're golden.
That's the key, is keeping them sharp. I think one of my favorite birthday gifts, not Christmas, but birthday gifts, before I even went into culinary school, my cousin knew I loved to cook, and got me like a 6-inch chef's knife. It wasn't anything big. It's a Wusthof 6-inch chef's knife. Still have it. I love it. It's like the second, now my 8-inch chef's knife from school is my workhorse in the kitchen. But one good knife is what you need, and it'll do, like a chef's knife will do what, 80% of the work in the kitchen, and then the other 20%, a really good paring knife. And you can get a paring knife really cheap, relatively cheap, but inexpensive compared to a chef's knife. Either two are great stocking stuffers, even as a gift. Like the chef's knife could be expensive. I like Wusthof. I like the weight of it.
I do
like
too.
I think it's are they German knives considered? I forget what they called them in school. The German knife style. It's a little heavier. I feel like I have more control over the Asian style knives, which are a little lighter and scare the crap out of me, because these sausage fingers don't bear claw that well. So I got to make sure I keep all my digits. But I do love that idea.
If people learn anything from us, like Tim said, you don't need a block set. You don't need the $500 set. Just get one good knife, one decent knife.
And you know what?
$60 and it'll do a world of difference.
It will. It will make a world of difference. It'll make your prepping easier. It'll be safer in the kitchen, especially if you keep it sharp.
Do you guys have any like gifts that culinary based gifts that you got for Christmas that you still think about, or like your favorite thing that you ever got?
Yeah, I'll tell you right now, my favorite two things, my favorite stocking stuffers my wife's gotten me outside of the spices are trivets, because I feel like those are very helpful. I never have enough. Like I can use like half a dozen to 8 trivets, all different styles. I don't care. They don't have to match.
Totally agree.
And she got me a Vitamix one year, and I almost cried. It was our first December only December in culinary school, so December of 17. And I opened a Vitamix, and I was just like, are you kidding me? Like, I have this now, and I've used it. I probably use it like 2 times a year. But when you're making certain soups or something, it's perfect. Just the texture, the consistency comes out so much good. It gives you that finer, smoother texture, compared to a food processor. And while I'm on it, real quick, food processor, last year, I think I got like a $40 like 3-cup food processor, which doesn't take up any space in your counter or your cabinet. It's wireless, so you charge it, and the charge has been, I use it like once a week, and it charge holds for like 3 months, and it does my like rough chopping for me. Like it saves me so much time. You rinse it, you wash it, it's real quick. Yeah, I forget the brand. I'll share it with you guys.
Please.
But that's relatively inexpensive too, which I think is a great little gift, because it's so handy. It saves time. And going back to knives, you don't need a knife set. I think I see trends now with all these chefs online. They have their knives displayed on their little magnetic wall strip, and they're all different brands, all different styles. You don't have to worry about getting a matching set. Don't feel like your set isn't up to par because it doesn't look all neat and clean. If it's neat and clean like mine, it's probably not using it enough. So absolutely explore different sets of knives, and those are my favorite. Sorry, that's my favorite Christmas gift.
Yeah, I think one of mine was one year someone got us the rabbit wine opener, which I know people probably may poo-poo it, if you like using the wine key, but that rabbit is like awesome. You can open, I don't know, 6 or 7 bottles of wine in a few minutes. It's super easy. I love it.
That's awesome.
Nice.
Yeah.
I got one year many years ago. It's a little green tube. It's a little green rubber tube. It's made by
I know what it is.
And you put garlic in it.
And garlic peeler.
And it peels garlic.
Yeah.
It is like the greatest thing. Like
is it just like
one of those things like everyone should have one?
Like a silicone tube or something?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I don't quite understand how exactly the science of how it works, but it works awesome. And like I said, everyone should have one.
You literally just rub your hands together with the silicone or
You
whatever.
just roll it on the counter.
Oh, okay. And it
Yeah,
peels
you
it.
roll it on the counter.
That's awesome. That's really cool. Can I tell you guys my guilty pleasure? It is a guilty pleasure. I guess it's also a confession. I buy peeled garlic, right, in bulk from Costco. And I will use that little food processor and make like just a couple of batches of like chopped garlic with a little oil, and then I freeze it and I just take out little cubes of garlic as I need to cook, just to save time. That's my little life hack there.
All right.
That's why I use the garlic chopper like once a week, every couple of weeks, is because I'm freezing like 2 ice trays of garlic cubes in the freezer, and I'm chopping everything up that Sunday, and it's good to go. So if I need 1 or 2 garlic cloves, I'll just pick out a cube, which is usually like 3 or 4, which is what I do. Like I'll always go over. I'm not going to use 1 clove of garlic. It sounds like a waste of time. And I think it's just like a little hack that I like to do, and my chopper helps. But you know what, Tim? Honestly, that little hand thing sounds like a great idea. And
it's wonderful.
And I feel like, I'll be honest, I feel like my garlic isn't as fresh if when it's already pre-peeled. I don't know why. I feel like guilty using it, but like I like your little hack thing. That's cool. It's just a little tube, silicone tube. That's cool. I love that. That's awesome. Yeah, man. I mean, there's so many great gifts that you can get someone culinary wise, and this is the time where you help them explore. Maybe don't ask them what they want, but especially if it's a spouse, like, hey, I want you to, I want to try this. I'll buy you this set of spices or this.
Yeah, I also think a large cast iron pan makes a great gift. They're not they're not crazy expensive. You can get like a 10-inch pan, I think, for like less than $30.
Yeah, no, that's
somebody who's into cooking would love to have it, I'm sure.
Yeah, right. I guess we can go like high-low with this. Like if you're going to get like a Le Creuset enamel pot for $300-400, those are workhorses too. You can do your stews, your soups. That's where I made my half dozen soups ready for the season. Rice last week, like I mentioned earlier. But those, when it comes to cast iron pans, I don't use anything but Loge, excuse me. I have their griddle, I have their cast iron 10-inch pan, I have their carbon steel, which is getting more and more popular online nowadays.
I love that. I have that.
The carbon steel pan that gets really hot really quick.
I fell in love with that in culinary
school, right? When we made like crepes, and I forgot what else we made in those. That was such a fun thing, and I bought one that day, and I still have it.
I got my second last Christmas, actually.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah. I love those pans. So, and again, Loge is a great product, great prices, very, very wallet friendly. So check those guys out. They make great products for sure. Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, those are good things to have. Those are important things to have in the kitchen. You don't just need one, stainless steel pan and one non-stick. If you guys use non-stick, those cast iron guys are workhorses.
Yeah,
for sure.
I have one other question for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what do you call a frog that got a parking ticket?
What do you call a frog that got a parking ticket? What do you call him?
Toad.
Oh God, come on, man. Come on. Everybody, thank you for listening to this episode of 3 Guys Walking to Culinary School. We hope, if you guys aren't caught up, we hope you guys can take some time and listen to our wine episodes. We did one on the red varietals, and one on white varietals. We do have a sparkling episode coming up soon, just in time for New Year's Eve. Please don't forget to like, share, follow, comment, slide into the DMs, ask questions anywhere you can. Send us emails. 3guyswix is our handle. It's the number 3 GUYSWICS. Excuse me. And that's on Instagram. That is our email address at gmail.com. That's ours on YouTube. It's the name of the podcast, obviously. So, reach out, send us any questions you have, any kind of, maybe even Christmas cookie. Maybe we should do a little Christmas cookie roundup. I think that would be fun.
Absolutely.
I think, and I know, Tim, you're like you're my holidays guy. Like, so you have like recipes for everything. So I think, we'll definitely do a little cookie roundup coming soon.
I enjoy my cookie making.
Thanks for listening, guys. Please make sure to share this to all your friends, and the more exposure we get, the more we appreciate it. Thank you for listening, guys. See you next week.
Cheers.
Congrats, Brian. Congratulations.
Yeah, Brian. Peace.
Peace.